Welcome back. This week we're talking about how you are the mafia. And like the mafia, you run emotional rackets on yourself and how this sabotages you from getting and creating and achieving in your life the things that you truly desire. So like you, I also ran many rackets in my life, and I had a main racket, and it created chaos in almost every aspect of my life. And I want to share with you a little bit about that today, and also how I overcame that racket, reintegrated, and really am creating the life that I desire and achieving the things that I want. So first of all, what is a racket? Like the mafia, you may know that they protect people, I'm air quoting, protect people like shop owners by receiving money from them. The shop owners pay them money to protect them. The irony is that the money that the shop owners or whomever is paying the mafia is actually paying them to protect them from the mafia. So it's an illusion. There really is no protection. We also do this in our own lives. We create emotional rackets. So where do these emotional rackets come from? From our own source fractures. From when we were younger, when we were children, and we did not have the capacity to process and integrate things that happened outside of us. So we made them mean something about us, right? So one of the most common source fractures is I'm not enough. And that's at the foundation of everything. I'm not enough. I'm not lovable enough. I'm not important enough. I'm not worthy enough. And then on top of this source fracture, we run rackets. And a racket might be, I'm not a good enough parent. I'm not a good enough employee, right? There's stories that we create unconsciously that we actually believe and then begin to live out in our lives, in all areas of our lives, in a very, very unconscious way. And it starts to sabotage because we start to believe it, right? And so there's an example of we may not go out for a job because we think we're not qualified enough. We may be in a relationship with our partner and feel like it's just not good enough. I'm never going to be good enough for this person. They're still wanting more and more. And this was actually a story that I had. This was a racket that I ran in one of my own relationships, probably in several relationships. And it actually created out in the world, in my relationship, what I didn't want. Because I was living up to that. I was creating, because where I was putting my attention on my racket was what I was getting more of. So we needed these rackets when we were children because they protected us, right? Because we were in a situation where we felt hurt, we had feelings that we didn't want to feel. And our racket kept us safe. It kept us from getting in that situation again. And so we didn't have to feel that hurt. But as adults, we're able to process and create new situations and persevere through those challenging times. We don't really need these rackets anymore. We don't really need the source fracture. So what do? The first thing that I did was become aware of my racket. Bring awareness to when my racket is running. And just notice, not judge, not criticize, not beat myself up for it. And then I started to talk about this with people in my life, family and friends and people close to me, and ask them to hold me accountable. Coaches, I had a coach to help hold me accountable to when my racket was arising. This is so common. I have so many people ask me about this. This is why I'm so excited to share this with you this week. So here is your challenge. I know this is going to make a difference in your life because somewhere inside of you, an unconscious racket is running. And when you do this work, it will shift everything for you. And you will be able to create the life you want and achieve the things that you want to achieve and really bring your desires into reality. So here's your challenge. 1, I want you to sit down and really reflect on what are the common themes in your life, the common challenges that you have. And second, look underneath those themes. What is the common underneath it all? What is the most common theme? What is your racket? You may even reflect deeper and try to figure out, where did that come from? Where was this source factor created? This is not necessary, but it can be interesting and insightful. So number one, sit down and reflect. What are the themes? What is your racket? Number two, I want you to talk to some people in your life and ask them, do you see this racket? Where do you see this racket running for me? That's number two. And number three, I want you to have an accountability partner or partners. Create an accountability structure where people that are close to you can call you out when this racket is arising. In other words, when this story of, I can't do this thing because ... I'm not enough. Just have them call you out. There's no blaming, there's no shaming, it's just a noticing. I promise you, just bringing awareness to this will reduce your rackets by a significant percentage. That's all I want you to do for now. That's your challenge. I'm looking forward to hearing how it goes, and I will see you back here next week. Take care. And also remember to subscribe to my channel below. Bye.